Construction will begin today on a new hotel project in Aggieville. BHS Construction announced Friday plans to start the long-anticipated Hampton Inn project at 12th and Laramie Street. City officials in January approved $20 million in bonds for the hotel, along with an amended development agreement with Midtown Land Company, LLC. The hotel will feature 105 rooms, along with a 100-stall parking garage. Now, during construction, some adjustments to parking and pedestrian access will be necessary. The project will coincide with the city's improvements to 12th Street from Morrow Street north to Fremont, which will also include a new pedestrian zone. Construction is expected to be completed by the fall of 2026. Governor Laura Kelly recently signed a bill establishing a new task force to address some of the state's most pressing water challenges. House Bill 2172, signed last Wednesday, establishes the Water Program Task Force to create a long-term investment strategy for water with a dedicated revenue source. State Senator Kenny Titus of Wamego is co-chairing the task force.
The bill lays out that we're supposed to identify all of the current and future risks to our water supply. We're supposed to take a look then at what we're doing to deal with those risks, sort of our funding and our supply systems. And then the last goal is, once we know the problem, we figured out how we want to approach it, we need to find out a way to pay for it.
He says future funding needs to be considered.
One of the big pieces of this is to try and figure out a long-term payment plan so that we can consistently work on these problems and we don't end up with shortages in funding or some of the water problems that we've had come up over the last couple of decades because we weren't really committed to water.
The task force will hold its first in-person meeting in Dodge City next month. The group plans to submit a preliminary report to the governor by the end of January. The Manhattan City Commission will consider several key items when it meets Tuesday night for its first legislative meeting in nearly a month. City officials will consider a resolution to exceed the calculated revenue neutral rate of 51.156 mils for the 2026 budget. The resolution would also set a maximum mill levy rate of 56.109. Also on the agenda Tuesday, commissioners will consider entering into a 5-year lease agreement with HCW, a Missouri-based company that owns and operates the Hilton Garden Inn. That agreement allows HCW to reserve up to 300 stalls in the city-owned downtown parking garage, with HCW paying a monthly rent of $25 per stall. The City Commission will also Tuesday night revisit a request related to the downtown Wareham Hall project, where officials are seeking to amend a resolution to increase the project budget from $25 million to $40 million and also allow for a 10-year 100% tax abatement along with a $350,000 cash incentive for public infrastructure improvements. The City Commission meets at 6 tomorrow night in City Hall. Volunteers came out to Walmart on Saturday to Stuff the Bus, an annual school supply donation event hosted by the Kansa United Way and K-State Credit Union. Kansa United Way Executive Director Tara Clausen.
Yeah, Stuff the Bus is a collaborative effort to encourage the community to get behind our students in our community and our families who really at the end of the month are making tough choices and might not have the resources to buy the school supplies necessary for their children.
School supplies are collected and will be taken to the USD 383 Fit Closet for a July 25th distribution event. A final tally for those supplies and funds raised is pending.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by the Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
Good morning, I'm Troy Coverdale with your sports headlines. Nick Lofton delivered his second game-winning hit in less than a week, driving in Tyler Tolbert from second with a single in the ninth. The Royals clipped the Mets on Sunday 3-2 to salvage the final game of their 3-game set. Noah Cameron delivered another brilliant start for Kansas City and manager Matt Quatraro, scattering 7 hits while matching a career best with 8 strikeouts over 6 2/3.
What more could you have asked for? He was efficient. He had every pitch. Another good game for his breaking ball. He hid the ball well. You could tell they weren't really comfortable in the box against him, and to go deep into the 7th inning there was remarkable.
The Royals to have infielder Michael Garcia, closer Carlos Estevez, shortstop Bobby Witt Jr., and left-hander Chris Bubich at the All-Star Game tomorrow night. The team opens the de facto second half of the season Friday at Miami. There'll again be a hiatus for Bramlage Coliseum as host for one of the state basketball tournaments. As Keisha announced last week, the arena will not be hosting games this year, but will host semifinals and finals for both the 2A and 4A tournaments in 2017. BYU quarterback Jake Retzlaff is transferring after a tumultuous few months that included being named in a civil sexual assault suit, later dismissed. Retzlaff reportedly faced a suspension for violating the honor code at the university after throwing for nearly 3,000 yards and 20 touchdowns. He was picked off 12 times last season as the Cougars contended for a spot in the Big 12 championship game. Have a great day. I'm Troy Coverdale.